Hi everyone, welcome to Pathway to Beyond Success. This is the channel where we help you unlock your true potential through knowledge, growth, and actionable insights. In today's video, we are diving into an incredible book, Memory: How to Train, Develop, and Use It. I will be breaking it down for you in brief so you can take away its key lesson and apply them to your life. Imagine walking in a grand library filled with books containing every piece of knowledge you have ever learned. Your childhood memory, important facts, people's name, a stories from the past. But there is a problem. The books are scattered, some pages are missing, and you can't seem to find what you are looking for. This, according to William Walker Atkinson in his book Memory: How to Train, Develop, and Use It, is how an untrained memory functions: disorganized, cluttered, and unreliable. However, with the right technique, we can turn this chaotic library into a well structured archive where each piece of information is precisely where it should be, ready to be retrieved in an instant. Atkinson starts by explaining that memory is not a single ability, but a system composed of retention, recall, and recognition. Retention is the ability to store information in the mind, where recall is the ability to bring it forth when needed, and recognition is the ability to identify something as familiar when encountered again. So, strengthening each of these components lead to a sharper, more reliable memory. But why do some people seem to have remarkable memory abilities while others struggles? Atkinson argues that secret lies in conscious effort and proper technique rather than any natural born talent. He challenged the belief he challenged the belief that memory fades with age, starting with the real culprit behind forgetfulness. He challenged the belief that memory fades with age, stating that the real culprit behind forgetfulness is inattention and a lack of use. One of the most fundamental lessons in the book is the role of attention in memory. Atkinson compared the human mind to a camera. If a lens is unfocused or the image is captured carelessly, the resultant picture will be blurry and unclear. Likewise, if we passively take in information without truly paying attention, we will have difficulty recalling it later. So, to illustrate this, Atkinson asks reader to perform a simple test. Take a moment to fully observe a room, noticing as many details as possible. Leave the room and try to mentally reconstruct it. Recall every detail like color, furniture, arrangement, object on the table. Compare your memory to the actual room. Most people find they miss numerous details because their observation was passive rather than active. So the lesson here is clear. If we do not consciously register something, we cannot remember it later. So to develop memory, one must develop attention. One of Atkinson's key recommendations is mindfulness in observation. Actively engaging with information as it enters the mind, he suggests training this skill by deliberately notice detail in everyday life. The faces of people you pass by, sound around you, the details of a conversation, the sharper your attention, the stronger your memory. Another powerful technique Atkinson emphasizes is association. The mind remembers things more easily when they are linked to something already familiar. This is why people often struggle to remember random facts but can recall song lyrics effortlessly. Music and rhythm serve as a natural association. So, to demonstrate the power of association, imagine trying to remember a new acquaintance named Mr. Green. Instead of mindlessly repeating his name, Atkinson advised link it to a vivid image. Perhaps picture him wearing a bright green suit or standing in a lush green field. By making the information visually and emotionally engaging, you create a stronger memory in print. This principle extends to remembering list, number, and abstract concept. One of the Atkinson most famous method is story method, in which unrelated pieces of information are strung together into a single, bizarre narrative. For example, if you need to remember a list of grocery, milk, banana, egg, and toothpaste, you might picture a banana brushing its teeth with toothpaste while egg floating on a pool of milk. The stranger and more aggregated the image, the easier it is to recall. Many people make mistake of thinking that repetition alone is enough to memorize something. Atkinson warned against mindless repetition, instead advocating for a spaced recall, a method of reviewing information at increasing interval of reinforced retention. For example, if you learn a new fact today, Don't just repeat it several times in a row. Instead, recall it after an hour, then again the next day, then a week later. Each time you recall the information, the memory becomes stronger and more deeply embedded in your mind. This technique is now widely recognized as the spaced repetition system used in modern memory training programs. Atkinson also introduces active recall, where instead of passively rereading material, you challenge yourself to remember it without looking at your note. Testing yourself in this way strengthens memory more effectively than simple repetition. Atkinson was a firm believer in the power of visualization. He explained that human brain is naturally wired to remember image better than a word or abstract numbers. By training yourself to convert information into mental picture, you can drastically improve recall. Consider this experiment. Look at a detailed photograph for 30 seconds. Close your eyes and try to visualize it in as much detail as possible. Color, object, pattern. Open your mind and compare your mental image to the real one. Practicing this regularly helps sharpen eidetic memory, commonly referred to as photographic memory. This technique is particularly useful for a student who can benefit by turning information into mental diagram or visual summaries. One of the most fascinating insight Atkinson shares is that emotion and interest amplify memory. Have you ever noticed that if you can recall a childhood experience vividly but struggle to remember what you had for breakfast last Tuesday? This is because the brain prioritizes emotionally significant information. To take advantage of this, Atkinson suggests finding a way to make information personally meaningful. If you need to memorize historical date, so instead of treating them as a dry fact, imagine yourself as a particular in those event, standing on a battlefield, witnessing the singing of an important document. The more personal and engaging the learning experience, the better the retention. Atkinson provides several practical exercises to enhance your power. Daily mental review. At the end of each day, sit quietly and try to recall everything that happened in order. What did you wear? What conversation did you had? This strengthened sequential memory. Number visualization. To improve numerical recall, associate number with images. For example, picture the number 3 as a pair of handcuffs or the number 8 as an infinite symbol. Word link game. Take two random words like apple and car and create vivid link like apple rolling down a highway, crashing into a car. The more absurd the connection, the stronger the memory. Atkinson's book is more than just a guide to memory. It is a blueprint for mastering the mind itself. He reminds us that a sharp memory is not a gift but a skill, one that anyone can develop with the right technique. By improving our ability to retain and recall information, we gain an invaluable advantage in every aspect of life, whether in academic, career, or personal relationship. In a world overloaded with information, where attention span are shrinking and distraction are constant, Atkinson's timeless wisdom is more relevant than ever. By training our memory, we do more than just remember fact. We unlock the full potential of our mind. So next time you struggle to recall something, remember it's not about having a bad memory. It's about training your memory to work for you instead of against you. And with practice, you will soon find no piece of information is truly lost. Thank you very much. And if you find this helpful, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life changing insights. Thank you.